And I thought I was just checking people. But today I had to explain why someone's son never came back home. And that ended quite badly. Well, I guess things never go your way in a quarantine zone. Today I want to introduce you to Charlie, our professional extraction specialist. Yep, take a good look at that face. That's the face you see when you try to sneak something illegal into the camp inside your own body.
Some people think hiding items deep inside their bodily cavities will work. But that's why we have Charlie. He's our specialist for these types of extractions. Quiet guy, used to work in a morgue. Not exactly the chatty type. If you spot anything on the X-ray, just call him over. He'll handle it.
Alright, so now that you have met our newest staff member Charlie, I've got a bit of a problem. Evac day is tomorrow, and I only have 5 people in my survivors block. I can't play it safe anymore. I need more people in there, but I also can't let infected sleep through. And that means being extra careful and extra caring. Okay, you are definitely infected, my man. Oh my god, I need more survivors in this game, man. I want money. I want to send them to survive. I don't want them to die. I'm a caring person. I'm just built like this, you know?
I want money.
So with barely any time left, I also see people like this with new symptoms. Look at this guy, bleeding mouse. So I have to sacrifice him to the lab. Why don't I have the mouse bleeding option? I used to have it. I gotta send him to the laboratory, I guess. And then there are the hard ones. The ones who barely show anything. Yeah, she got the bruises. But is that really enough for me to liquidate her? Moments like this mess with your head. You start questioning yourself over and over before you make a call. She has pale skin, I think. Which is bad. No, she doesn't have a pale skin, right? Or does she? She does have a pale skin, right? Where's the scanner? She doesn't have a pale skin, right? I'm not sure. Let's check her with a syringe. Where's the syringe? Oh, shit. Hiding something, huh? Bad breathing. Okay, sickly breath. She is very suspicious. I'm gonna send her to the quarantine zone. Even though all green, but she's suspicious. And then there are the easy ones. The ones where the infection is obvious right away. Those are strange. Part of me feels relieved because there's no doubt. But the other part knows there's one less survivor I can save. And the ones we send to the lab. They're not just thrown away. At least that's what I tell myself. If their sacrifice helps us understand this infection, if it helps us save others, then maybe their life meant something. Okay, see, this is what I need. It's not all doom and gloom out here. Because if every single person was infected, this job would be straight up depressing. Every now and then you get these people. Completely normal, no weird symptoms, no red flags. Just tired, scared, but healthy. These are my favorite, because for once, I don't have to play judge, jury, and executioner. I can just do the job the way it's supposed to be done. There you go. In you go. Go have a good life. And please give me lots of science points. In the end, I just couldn't risk it. He was the last one for today. And if I sent him into quarantine and he turned, that's another life gone. So I used the syringe. Not because I was sure, but because sometimes the safest choice is the only one you have left. Day 15, Evacuation Day. And the first thing it gives me is a task called Father's Burden. A man steps up to the checkpoint, asking if his son made it through. I check him carefully. No infection, no threat. Just a father looking for answers. So I tell him the truth. His son didn't make it. Well, saying he didn't take it well would be an understatement. He attacked me. I didn't have a choice. I have to protect myself. Another life's gone. And for that moment, I just stood there, thinking, what am I doing? Am I saving life or just deciding who gets to disappear? I'm unhappy. I'm unhappy that this normal guy that could have survived didn't. He was absolutely fine. Look at how he died. Oh, man. I need more survivors in my block, man. Why do you have to do this to me? But evacuation is coming. And duty doesn't stop for doubt, so I keep going, hoping the next person I scan is someone I can finally let through. And just when the sadness from the previous encounter started to fade, the next survivors brought a surprise. And you would not believe where she hid it. A grenade. Inside her body. Tucked right under her left rib, can you believe that? Well, I guess it's time to show what Charlie is capable of. Let's remove the dangerous part first. Other than that, she was clean. So I let her through to the survivor's block. Let's just hope she's done making bad choices. Alright, next survivor. Who do we have here? Why does this guy look like a low-budget version of a famous streamer? Headphones and all, like he's about to start live stream from the apocalypse. Okay, what do you have in his bag? And of course, he's carrying half of his house with him. Is that a guitar? So of course, I did a thorough check on his body. And one thing is good, no infection signs, clean. Alright streamer, you are good. Go get your gaming rig in the survivor's block. Okay, this one looks very unhappy to be here. And judging by the scan, yep, she definitely tried to smuggle some questionable items through the checkpoint. I'm starting to think the discomfort might explain the attitude. But jokes aside, this is not normal. Foreign objects inside the body is a major red flag. That makes the special case. Lab. Well, and then I just shot a guy. Oh, I didn't mean to do that actually. Oh, he's alive. Oh my god. Oh my god, he's alive, bro. Thank Lord. That is so ridiculous. That is just so ridiculous. I thought I had a scanner in my hands, not the gun. Good thing I didn't aim for the head. He's still alive. Alright, stay with me. Let's just run the usual checks. Vitals, stable. No visible infection signs. Okay, maybe we've got lucky here. And then I saw it. MRI doesn't lie. There's an infected tissue inside him. I really thought he was going to make it, but I can't risk that spreading inside the zone. Liquidation. Looks like there's only 4 more people left in line. And by now, I'm being extra careful with every check. Because I've got an idea. One that I'll show you later. That might help me get more survivors for evac. Alright, let's do this properly. Vitals are mostly good. Lungs look a little rough though, but nothing critical. Not infection level. Alright, you're good. +1 survivor in the block. Even though I found him a little weird. I don't know. Something about this guy seems to be weird, but all yellow. All green. So I guess you just go. Go while I'm happy. After letting that guy through, I decided to check on the woman I sent to the lab earlier. I really hoped I sent her there for a reason. That maybe we'll discover something new, something useful. But after the analysis, nothing. No new symptoms, no breakthrough. Sometimes you make the hard call and still get nothing out of it. I don't understand how it works, bro. I saw something on her hand. It was a white mark on her hand. 100%. Next one in, and yeah, she's already not a fan of me.
Are you sure you're the one who's supposed to inspect us?
That attitude alone makes me look twice. Reflex, check. Okay, that's one sign. Vitals aren't great either. Both readings are in the yellow zone. That's enough for me. You're going to quarantine. She walked off towards the quarantine, but she was shouting the whole way. Angry, loud. So yeah, I already had a bad feeling about this. And then she snapped, span around and came straight at me. I didn't have time to hesitate. I had to take a shot. Another potential survivor gone. Maybe quarantine could have helped her. But once it turned violent, it's no longer a medical case. This place is getting more unstable by the hour. Okay, so now I had to focus on this guy. Let's run a quick scan. Yellowing in the eyes. Foreign objects near the lungs. And something's off with his card color. I think... yeah, that's too many variables. I had to send him to the quarantine.
has to be a mistake.
Okay, hold on. Good news. I was wrong earlier. I thought there were only few people left in the line, but there's actually a whole bunch more. That means more chances, more lives I can still save before evac. But that bit of good news didn't last long. Her temperature is way too high. That's not something I can risk. But she also has a bleeding nose, which is kind of a new thing for me. I will send her to the lab. I'm actually glad I sent the previous one to the lab, because the next survivor walked in, same symptom, nosebleed. Before doing anything, I rushed to the lab to check that marker. And good thing I did. That symptom's still in the green zone. No serious infection sign. Alright, you're good. +1 survivor in the block.
Thing to wake up from this nightmare.
Alright, this one is interesting, because earlier the taskboard behind me mentioned something. A 16-year-old girl was supposed to reach the outpost today, reportedly beaten by captors, which means she could have bruises. And yeah, that lines up. Protocol recommends quarantine, not because she's confirmed infected, but because her condition needs observation. She's been through enough already. And the last one for today didn't bring good news. Mold growth on an internal organ. That's a clear infection indicator. I can't pass that. You're going to liquidation. Last case of the day, and it still doesn't get easier.
Attention, evacuation convoy.
And finally, evacuation started. And for the first time in days, I'm not just deciding who doesn't make it. From the 5 survivors I started with, I managed to send 10 more through. 15 people made it out because of the choices I made. But it doesn't feel like winning. It feels like responsibility. I'm sending them to the science division, not because they are expendable, but because what we learn from them might save the next group. Today, I carried their lives in my hands. Tomorrow, someone else will carry the weight. I just hope the world outside this gate is still worth reaching.